Good afternoon, Rant Ray family. February 18th, 2025. If I'm not mistaken, it feels like it's still 2024 in a way. Last year went by way too fast. Um, Hope you all are having a good one. So I figured today what we're going to do here is we're going to talk some fucking common sense. And let's look and talk about some money issues right now. The biggest thing that I've been hearing over the past 2 weeks, for some stupid reason, I guess it's the only thing that the left, the Democrats, the snowflakes out there can bring up, is what has Trump done about inflation? He said he's going to solve that on day one. Now, look, if anyone who voted for Trump honestly had a freaking inkling in their head, which I doubt, that he was going to solve inflation on day one, is insane. The only people that are insane are the ones that keep bringing it up, aka the left, the Democrats, and snowflakes. Because let me tell you, here's what I have to say. You had 4 fucking years in office. You had the Senate, and at one point you also had the House. 4 years. Okay? And now you want to say, why isn't inflation being brought down? You had 4 years to fix the fucking problem. You never fucking did. You passed it on. The buck now stops at Trump's desk. Yeah, it'll be fixed within 4 fucking years, but it's going to take a bit, all right? You guys fucked it up. You guys didn't do anything to fix it. And now all you want to do is hammer the next administration with it. Let me tell you something. You can't fuck up a problem that wasn't there to begin with, except for only COVID, which you guys then expanded and compounded on to make it worse. And then 4 years later go, well, why hasn't this guy done it yet? He said he was going to. It's only been, what, 3 weeks? You guys caused the problem. You guys didn't do anything to fix it. Sit down and shut up, Michael.
Where's my glasses?
So now, with that out of the way, here's the thing too. Government is supposed to work for the people. Unfortunately, folks, there are a lot of you out there that think just the idea that know better, right? Lately, the people have been working for the government, which is not supposed to be the case. The brainwashed people in the far-flung aisle on that side go, well, that's okay with me because I like being indoctrinated. So, all right. It's the people that go, well, I really don't get much into this. I really don't care. Well, guess what? You should, because it does affect you too. American taxpayer money is working for government, not the other way around. And that's the way it needs to be. What are you doing? Sorry, I got a panelist over here who's making my life a living. Love you.
Thank you. I couldn't reach them. Sorry, guys.
I mean, it's not necessarily that it's the taxes and everything that are killing us. It's not necessarily the import and exports that are killing us. What it is what we're paying. Overpriced food, overpriced groceries. And it's not, again, not taxes. It's not the import exports. It's the big freaking MAGA companies. Sorry, I said MAGA, didn't I? I did. So I got MAGA on the brain. Mega companies that are overpricing just so they can make their $300 some odd million every year instead of keeping stuff affordable, keeping the prices down, and taking their measly $2 million. I know I say measly like, wow, really? Like, that ain't measly. I know to me that ain't measly. Like, that's a chunk of change. But to these guys are used to bringing in hundreds of $millions a fucking year. To them, yeah, it's measly. Why do they want to do that? Well, that's the problem. Your lives are being run by corporations. And the corporations, of course, feed into government. America You are feeding corporate America. You are, at that point, also feeding the government. This is where Doge comes in, folks.
What's Doge?
The Department of Government Efficiency. This is why come Elon Musk,
Oh, doggy.
Vivek, are going into every section of government and looking at spending. And trust me, you big, huge companies out there that are feeding in to any government subsidy whatsoever, you will be found out. And we know you're there. The buck is definitely going to stop at Donald J. Trump's desk. Biden and the Democrats may have passed it. They may bitch that it's not coming down. They just assume somehow Trump's just going to wave this magical wand. Which is really funny that now they're on Trump's bandwagon. You said you're going to fix it. Yeah, wait, what? Aren't you guys also saying that he's a racist, a bigot? He's a danger to democracy and civil supporters? But now all of a sudden you think he's a very good godfather of this country. He's got that magical wand he's going to wave around? It's funny. Talk about fucking hypocritical. But again, we're used to that, right? That's all that the Democrats have been over 4. Oh, wait, let's even go back. Fuck 4. Let's go 16 years worth of Democrats being hypocritical.
How about ever since the day they were born?
Let's not forget that after Obama defeated Bush, but Bush was on his way out. I forgot he already served his 2 terms. So, once Obama was sworn in, the very next day he released a video saying, if you come to this country illegally, if you are here past your work visas, you will be deported. You are treated like a criminal. All right, that's Obama. Hillary said the same thing during her 2016 campaign.
So did Clinton.
And now, all of a sudden, that Trump wanted to do it in 2016. He's going to do it again. Now he's making a harder stance on it. All of a sudden, it's racist?
You're forgetting Clinton also said it.
That's what I just said, Hillary.
Oh, no, I mean Bill.
True.
Did you forget he ran?
No, I just don't want to hurt people's brains going, I have to think about that far back.
No, but
mainly mine.
No, but I was there for Clinton inauguration.
Man, so here we got the far left Democrats saying the same damn shit, but all of a sudden the Trump wants to do it or Republican wants to do it. How dare they? It's bad juju.
To me,
now we got these judges that are blocking court orders and all this shit, and I got a little bit off topic there, but yeah. But it also does play into it because getting the illegals out of the country, deporting their asses, guess what? That's less illegal immigrants that are taking advantage of our system of public aid. So that's going to give public aid more money back into the pocket that they didn't have before because you have these illegal crooks, immigrants, gang leaders, gang members out there, drug dealers, selling on their heroin, fentanyl, and all that shit on the fucking streets. Now they're going to be out of here. And then not taking advantage of the system. So that's going to save the system some money. Not to mention that it's 2 years ago, MSNBC reported on it, that the Social Security Administration overpaid money. So, I mean, yeah, you look at everything that's going on, and money's going to be saved, first of all, at the federal level. That's going to pass the buck down. The second thing that we need to fucking stop, sorry guys, I'm also rolling cigarettes here. The other thing that's going to stop too, is we are going to stop this price gouging. Remember in 2016, Hillary Clinton said, price gouging needs to stop, and if you are found with price gouging, you will be brought up on charges? Yeah, again, that's a Democrat saying that shit. But now that Trump wants to do it and he's implemented a government oversight committee, it's bad.
But what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Not to mention, you also had Harris, who's price gouging during the COVID crisis. if you're a friend to be doing that, you will be criminally prosecuted the fullest extent of the law. Now again, we got Trump and Doge going, we're going to look into this shit. But it's bad. So good for Democrats that they do it, yet don't do it. Remember, they're good at talking the talk. They don't walk the walk for shit. But it's okay if they say it and they have the idea, but if a Republican does it and says they're going to do it and then actually does it, it's bad. You want to walk back here on the income tax. All right. One of the things that I have talked to a lot of people over my time, and the one thing we all agree on is the income tax needs to go bye-bye. We're tired of being taxed on our hardworking dollar, and we're tired of being taxed for a hardworking dollar before we even get that fucking check. And it's not necessarily the fact of we're already going to miss money before we get our check. It's also, too, why the fuck does the government need to know how much I'm fucking making? Why? Why does the government need to know how much you're making?
Because they're nosy. Because they want to pocket everything you make, because that's how they make their money.
They make money hands over fist. Hell, we're giving we've already given about $6 billion to Ukraine.
I know that, but can I say something, please? So, basically, my thing is, they want to try to, shut down the scammers and everything. The government's scamming us all. The Democrats are doing it, but if we did it to them, they wouldn't like it, so why are they doing it to us?
That's because the Democrats think for some stupid reason they have it in their head they don't work for the people.
But
also, too, the reason why the government cares about what you're making is for the fact that then they could use class warfare against us. Hate the rich need to hate the middle, and everyone else needs to hate the poor. It's another long-going tactic to divide this country. The newest tactic that's been thrown on over the past 8 years is race. Divide the country, and then as I said last year, folks, go back into one of my videos, I don't remember exactly which one it was. But a divided country in a disarmed country is easy to take over. The democratic establishment of this federal government of our great republic is greatly and deeply succeeding in dividing us. And as they tried to do over the past 2 years, is start to take away more and more of our gun rights. Where am I going with this? Well, it goes all back down to the money, too. You can't afford to get a gun. They're going to make it a lot harder for you to be able to have your rights to be able to own one anyway.
Sorry, but they can't take... And that's one thing that pisses me off. And that I don't understand. The Second Amendment, hold on, let me see if I can get this right. The Second Amendment, does it not state the right to bear arms? Is it not the Second Amendment? So what gives them the right to take our guns away when it's written in our freaking Constitution as one of the amendments? They can't do that. It's one of our rights as a U.S. citizen to own a gun.
They want to establish control over gun ownership or gun absenteeism, period. They use the whole thing of, well, the forefathers didn't see automatic weapons. So that doesn't cover the Second Amendment. The fuck it ain't. It doesn't specify anywhere in there what type of fucking gun. Back in that time period, if you wanted to go and build yourself up a cannon and own a cannon, you were able to do so. If you wanted to own a powder-lead rifle, you're able to do so.
My opinion, they should get rid of the Constitution but keep the amendments. They don't abide by the Constitution anyways.
Here's the thing. The Constitution is full of shit and needs to be shredded.
That's what I'm saying. Just keep the amendment to the Bill of Rights.
The amendments are there because of the Constitution. Shred the Constitution, and as you said, keep the Bill of Rights, and let's live by our Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that matters. The Constitution is solely there to fit government, not the people.
Well, it ain't doing shit for the government either.
And I would hope that some leftist snowflake Democrat's going to come see this video and go off on me because I'm going to welcome this conversation. Because here's the damn thing. The Constitution is there solely for government control. When in the fuck did Congress up there on Capitol damn Hill send down a vote on an amendment to the American fucking people? Nowhere, I can tell you that right now. They make the amendment to the Constitution and they decide what amendment to make and they put it into law. That's bullshit. So screw the Constitution and screw their damn amendments. Keep it to our Bill of Rights and let's keep it simple. And on that one there, a lot of people don't understand too, and I was telling the wife this. The Fifth Amendment doesn't just cover your right to remain silent. It goes a whole lot more deeper than that. The Fifth Amendment is there for abuse of governmental power is what the Fifth Amendment is all about. Don't believe me? Look it up. Know your rights, people. And as soon as you get to reading the Bill of Rights, you'll understand how meaningless the Constitution of America really is with all these damn amendments that the government wants to set in place to override the Bill of Rights. I have this message to the Democrats and for the Democratic voters out there. You're so afraid that Trump is a threat to democracy and your freedoms. Just wait until you guys keep voting in your Democrats, and these Democrats keep creating these amendments to where the point of your second, your first, your third, your 13th, your fifth amendments rights no longer matter. That should scare the living piss out of you, because it certainly does me, and I'm not easily to fucking be frightened. I'm not one that's easy to scare. But what government Democrats have been doing scares the living piss out of me. I go to sleep at night pissing down my fucking leg.
No, you don't. You're not scared.
So think about that. The next time you go to the polls and decide whether or not you want to vote a Democrat into office. You look at most of the changes that get brought up on the floor of Congress, there in that Capitol building, and you will see that the Republicans are trying to make bills and introduce bills to override a lot of these fucking constitutional amendments. Why? Because the Republicans are actually there for the people. Do any of you guys find it really ironic that Republicans got their name from the Republic?
What? I didn't know that.
Republican.
Dominican Democrat.
I said Republican.
I know, Dominican Democrat. Right?
No, the Democrats get their name from democracy.
Oh,
and democracy, honestly, is nothing but an overriding abuse of power. Democracy isn't about freedom. Democracy isn't about rights. Democracy is all about governmental control over the people. A republic, and a free republic, is there for the people.
Yeah, it's not about greed or power. It's about... Republicans actually care about their people. They're Democrats. All they want, all they care about is greed and power and...
Well, believe it or not, back in the mid-90s, there was a political shift. The Republicans started really going more on Democratic lines. Then for some reason, Democrats didn't like that, so they switched over to more Republican beliefs. And then right around the Obama era, as much as I hate Junior, I did to say that some of his policies did put the Republicans back on track. But it was really Trump that really solidified what the Republican Party is and brought it completely back into line with its values.
The only thing, I'm going to get political with you on this because this is a political channel, is it not? You ready for this?
Shoot. Says my wife, who really doesn't care about politics. This will be interesting. Go ahead.
I don't, but you brought it out there, so I'm just going to roll with it. Hi, guys. By the way, sorry. I'm in the background. The only thing that made Bush Jr. bad. I understand the whole 9/11 thing. I do. I get why he did that. I do. The way he went about it could have been handled so much different. But he wanted to finish what his daddy started. And he did. If he would not have let 9/11 happen, if we did not go to war after 9/11, he would have been a damn good president. But because he let 9/11 happen, that's where he fucked up at.
We never went to war after 9/11. There was never a declaration of war established. There was a conflict against terror, which Biden coined the war on terror.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, if you think there's going to be a war, if you think there's a war then, and I'm not dissing Trump whatsoever, because I love Trump, and you bet in this next 4 years there's going to be a war. And it's going to be over. It's going to be the Democrats against the Republicans.
You said that during his first term, too.
Yeah, but you also said that he's not the same Trump as he was. He's a very angry Trump.
No. Well, there is that. But he's also bad and hard and tested.
But would he put us in war? No. It's going to be the Democrats that put us in war. It's not going to be Trump himself. It's going to be the left side.
No, there is a conflict coming.
You think?
Yeah, there is.
You think Trump's going to start it? I don't see.
Honestly, this problem should have been nipped in the butt a long time ago. Because nowhere on the planet is a terrorist organization supposed to control the country.
I mean, technically, a war was started when he was shot at one of the rallies. So technically, that should be cause for war there.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
No terrorist organization should be able to hold power or government inside over a country or province or territory. What the Democrats are bitching about, and a lot of naysayers too out there just because they're never Trumpers or whatever not, is Gaza and his plan for Gaza, which is to go ahead and take control of Gaza. He has Israel's backing on this. And if you look at who controls Gaza and who has complete governmental control in Gaza, it is Hamas. Don't believe me? Go ahead and Google who has control over Gaza. It says it right there. Hamas has complete and total control, even with the government in Gaza. So there will be a conflict coming up during Trump's term, but it's there to create peace and stability. We will go in there with Israel's backing and kick Hamas out of Gaza. What's going to happen after that? We don't know too much about it. Trump's keep being mum on that, and we don't want to tell the media because they have to blab their fucking mouth about military operations. But yes, that will be one conflict. That is one that does need to be solved.
So you think Trump will put us a war to solve that?
There will be American boots on the ground with Israel to wipe Hamas out of Gaza.
I could see that going. I could see that, but there's reason. But that would be a legit war.
Well, the thing is there ever a legit reason for a war?
Well, there
I don't
kind of
think so.
was. 9/11 was legit. I mean, I do see why Bush did it. No, I don't understand. I I understand why he did it, but I guess I don't know. I understand why he did it, but he could have won it
I
about
know
it
he
a
could have just
different
manned
way.
up instead of being a baby about it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Trump hasn't left nothing on the table. He strictly declared his intentions. Everyone wants to gripe about his whole comments about we'll take back the Panama Canal. Technically, we're within our rights to.
I'm
It's
sup-
right there in the treaty when we hand it over that no other countries need to be involved with this.
Another thing too. Another thing is too. You wouldn't believe how many Democrats are pissed because he renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. To me, that
They want to bitch about it and complain about too the fact that inflation hasn't been brought down. They want to bitch about his focus being on the borders, getting the illegals out of here, his focus on ending the war in Ukraine instead of focusing on inflation. Why? Because God forbid that once again to bring it up to their attention that you had 4 years to deal with this problem. But it's easy to pass the buck and say you're on board when a new administration takes over. Are we seeing this now?
no.
This is what the Democrats do.
Yes.
They don't fix a problem that they create and instead will bitch about it not being fixed or someone else. But they'll also be the very first ones to go, well, the Republicans created that issue just so they could look good when they took care of it. Hey, at least we created an issue and took care of it. Shit. What'd you guys do? It's like being handed a ticket to a party and you motherfuckers don't even show up. But going back into the whole, where's our money going? Why isn't it working? Let's look at it another way too. I was explaining to the wife this earlier today, folks. McDonald's on a meal, okay? They're going to charge you $10, $24, depending where you live. Extravagant amount of money for that meal. And when you look at the cost for it, okay, ice, the syrup for your soda, the CO2, the salt on the fries themselves, seasoning for the burger, lettuce, all that, the condiments and stuff, okay? That meal runs McDonald's maybe $8, thereabouts. All right. And they're going to charge you, say, anywhere between 10 to an exorbitant price, depending where you live. And I was telling my wife, look, if they look at it this way, so it makes more sense for you. All it takes is 6 people ordering that meal. That has already covered their overhead. That has already paid for just one of the employees' wages, with just 6 people pulling through and ordering that one meal. They even were left over with around $2.50 in their pocket. All right. Now imagine it's lunch hour and you've got over 100 people pouring through that fucking line in just the 2 hours. Now look at that. And explain to me why these greedy corporations, I told them, it's just not fast food. It's also your middle of the road restaurants, your uppity up restaurants, all the way into the fuel. And by fuel, I mean gas companies, Medical companies, Big Pharma is one of them. This is what they do. They will get pennies on the dollar from the general hardworking American public just so they can keep their way exorbitant lifestyle going. Instead of cutting it back and going, I can just fucking, I make $2 million this year, I'm happy. No, they want that hundreds of million. And they'll use the fucking excuse of, I know that we say we took in $1.6 billion, but look, we got to cover overhead on electric and gas and employees and all that. Yeah, that's true. But you could have kept the price fucking reasonable and still made your fucking billions of fucking dollars, which should have gone right into the fucking company itself to do more and more for your company. But instead, you want to take that home, get yourself your 20-bedroom mansion, which only one CEO fucking lives in, or maybe you've got just a wife and no kids, or maybe you got 2 kids. But really, 15 fucking bedroom mansion, 16 cars, a private jet. It's so quick and easy to say, well, Hollywood elite blows to their fucking money. Sure. But they also work their asses off for it. Most of these guys up there in the bigger corporations sit back and let everyone else work for the money that they're going to get at the end of the year after taxes, free and clear $385 million. They're letting someone else do the work for them, and they don't even give the appreciation to the people doing the fucking work. I've always said the biggest problem in corporate America is corporate America forgets who works for them. And this goes all the way back to the federal government, too. It's a trickle-down effect of wasteful spending of our money. And there's a lot of us out there that are tired of it. Hell, I even know people on the left-hand side of the aisle that are tired of it. The problem is, you guys keep voting and voting and voting, and it admits that nothing's changing. Einstein said it best: the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you want change, you vote for change. I invite some of my fellow Americans that keep voting Democrat to go ahead and vote for Republican during these upcoming midterms, and you will be surprised at the changes that are made in America for the hardworking American people. But if you're going to keep voting Democrat, don't be surprised if you keep getting screwed by the same hand that you shook hands with.
Let me ask you a question then. Okay. Let's say we get one good Democrat. Let's say we get a Democrat like Trump. I'm not saying Trump's a Democrat. I know he's not. Let's say we get, let's say somebody like Trump, but he's a Democrat. You wouldn't vote for that person?
Sure, I would if they're going to be in line with the country and the views of where this country needs to go.
Okay, then you can't just say all Democrats, though. Most of the Democrats, yes. Not all Democrats are that way.
The majority of what's being pushed out of the Democratic caucuses and shit are still Democratic thinkers.
I know that.
And it's very refreshing that we had a independent, was Democrat, switched over to independent, and then went ahead and backed up the Republican agenda, which was RFK. That was refreshing.
Hey, I'm independent.
But you're not in Congress.
No,
I'm talking about having a congressman who actually went on with the Republican side. I am very happy that a lot of the independents went and saw what Trump and the Republican Party are trying to do and voted for Trump and a bunch of Republican senators and congressmen and women into office.
Yes, that's a very good thing.
It signifies a big, huge shift. And heck, we've even had some Democratic voters up in Chicago do the same thing. The northern part of the Chicago suburbs actually turned purple for once.
Unity.
It just goes to show that even some of the Democrats are getting tired. I mean, I do the Democratic voters on this are getting tired of pushing out the same product year after year after year after year and seeing no changes. And people say America can't be run as a business. Well, let me tell you something. 8 years ago it was, and it did fucking fine. On the other note, too, is there comes a point in time, just when we have elections, if you don't like what an employee's doing, you fire them. Instead, a lot of these guys have been doing a shitty fucking job, keep getting rehired every 2 years, every 4 years, and it's a never-ending cycle that's driving me fucking crazy going, you think you'd fire a bad employee? Look at Davis.
Who's that?
Rodney.
Okay.
We love you here in Tito'ville. We kept voting and voting for you. You didn't fucking change your mindset or take care of anyone down south or inside your jurisdiction. So what happened during the 2016 midterm cycle? What happened? We fired you and voted in Mary Miller. Why? Because that's what you do with a bad employee.
Damn, Brandon. God.
The left have it in their head, they don't work for us. We need to put it back in their head that, yes, they do. We do it on our side of the aisle.
Mary
It's
Miller's
time
not
that the
from
Democrats
Taylorville.
do it on theirs.
Mary Miller wasn't from Taylorville, though.
No, she wasn't. And that's the other side of the point I was making. It doesn't matter, but if you don't do the job, you're gonna get fired. At least that's the way it fucking should be. If anything at all, and I'm gonna piss a lot of leftists and snowflakes off on this one, but if anything at all, what's been going on for the past 16 years has been nothing but DEI hirings. Keeping these people in office just so they keep doing a bad damn job when they really don't fucking deserve it. And there's your quality definition of DEI. So, take a breather there. At least half of this country, a little bit less than half of this country, okay? Sometimes people go, well, everyone voted for him, yeah. Whatever, I don't really give a shit. You want to look at the figures, whatever. The majority of the American voters spoke up on November 5th of last year and said, we are tired of this. Democrats lost their ass off across the board. And I have this to say for the Republicans that we voted into office. And for the Republicans that are coming up for election here in 2 years. Keep your mind on the prize. Keep doing what's best for the American people. Because even us Republicans will fire you. If we find you are not fit to the job, we will. Even if it hurts us to lose seats. A really crazy thought that into my head is poor California. I do believe Newsom is for election for the governor of California this upcoming midterm. And there's a possibility Harris is going to be on the ballot. Sorry, Callie. Boy, that's got to suck, huh? Ah. It's like waking up from a bad acid trip just to find out it was laced with fentanyl, huh? Even here in Illinois. We got this governor, I tell you. This dude is a governor of the state of Illinois. And he wants to act like he's president of the United States of America. Apparently he forgot, dude, you're just governor. Talking about somehow giving tax cuts from the state of Illinois to the state of California for the wildfires. Like, what? You can't do that, dude. Our taxpayer money for the state does not go to another state. Looked it up. But does the government care? Does the Democrats care? No, because again, they like to bend and break the rules to suit their needs. Anyone else does, and they call foul. And half the time they call foul, it was usually them saying something. And that was right along with what the mainstream thinking is, the general public. And then when you get someone else that comes in and says, hey, we're going to do this, and we're actually going to do it, then they want to scream, oh, foul. It's just crazy. This video is definitely running a bit over. I'm going to keep an eye on there on time enough, folks. I know. He's like, well, we usually keep this inside 30. But do have, I've been hesitant to say anything because we're still looking at things going on, we're process stuff, taking stuff to the right channels. But what we're looking at doing is launching a subsidiary channel for this, for the Rant Raven America. And what we're actually looking at doing is every Saturday, it'll be towards later afternoon hours, but every Saturday we're going to be launching a channel called the Counter View. And what it is we look at the views throughout the week and we just hand them their ass on a Saturday morning or Saturday mid-afternoon. So pay close attention to that one there. It's something we're really excited about here for this channel. So, the subsidiary channel looking like, and right now we're just going through everything, processing it, seeing where we're going. Everything right now looks up in roses. So we will keep you guys posted on that as well. Something I'm really, really, really excited about. Now, one thing that's brought up is that our channel's only garnered 13 followers right now. Well, true, but that's something we want to do. And maybe we can increase the viewership and the followers on here and get our message out. So, yeah, again, we'll keep you guys posted on that one. As we get closer to launch, we'll let you guys know. And we'll be posting some of the links down to that as well. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your month. My 20th is coming up here in a couple of days. We probably are not going to be doing anything on Trump's first month. We did one earlier, mid-month, or close to the start of the month, because we're like, damn, shit was just going way too fast, and the President Donald J. Trump is just on his game right now. So what we'll probably do here is we'll probably shoot one here. Probably come mid-March is what I'm thinking. Take a look, see how everything's looking, and go over what he's already accomplished for his agenda as far as the rest of this month goes, and into leading up to what's been going on into next month. So there is that. But all right, guys, that is enough out of my mouth. Hope you guys have a great one, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.